If HGV drivers decide to go on strike in the UK for just 3 days, everywhere will be empty. Trucking is not something you just say, oh, because people are making money there, you want to go there. You have to have the passion for it. Imagine only you in your truck, only you facing the road at night. Me, it's something that I've loved right from childhood because my dad is a HGV driver as well in Nigeria.
Okay. Now, being the driver, is it a good job?
Any job that pay you between 40k to 60k to 65k per annum, I will still count it as a good job.
As a good job.
New drivers in companies, they still make like 35k upward. So it depends on how you can quickly develop your experience. Yeah.
You said I have like £4,500 budget if you want to get into obtaining the certification and the license.
This license now costs between 3,000 to 35. At least have like 4-5 because you might fail the first practical test. After it, they'll be giving you 3 cards. There's one they call taco card. That taco card, you have to take it as part of everyday life. This card, want to start a truck, it monitors everything you are doing with the truck. Your speed, your rest period. During your driving hours, there's 2 types of rest. First rest, when you drive 4 hours, 30 minutes, you must take a full 45 minutes rest. If you want to split that rest, you can drive like 2 hours, have 15 minutes rest, then drive 2 hours, 30 minutes, have 30 minutes rest. But that 45 minutes rest must be complete after driving for 4 hours, 30 minutes. So the total number of hours you can drive in a day is 9 hours drive.
The 24-hour cycle.
Or you can increase it to 10 hours, but you can only do that for 2 days.
So what happens if I don't take a rest?
If DVL stop you once, they download your card and they see that apart from the 3 points that can go on your license, there are some very crazy fines up to like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000
For
violating rules. Sometimes the diversion leads you into farm roads. The weather conditions are challenges as well. Sometimes during the winter or when there is wind, bridges is another challenge. That was one of my greatest challenges. I keep getting motivated because it's a clear career path. At least in Nigerians drive HGV.
It's because of this side restriction.
Let's just say people don't actually have the right information. But like I said, the way they open the healthcare stuff, I'm just thinking, I can't say for real, they will have to do that to the HGV community because they actually need people.
Based on the experience you've had in this country,
Yeah.
do you think if you go to
I can drive Nigeria? No, I'm not sure. Most of the HGV in Nigeria are manuals. If it's automatic, I can.
Where's that?
Yeah, it's in Nigeria.
Where you got your license and you told him, how was it like?
Actually, he was very happy. Said he's happy that his son can actually think of going in that line, like his footsteps. When I first started and I was getting overwhelmed, I told you within 2 weeks, I already got 2 letters. So it's the one that assured me that it's just the initial fears. I just need to like calm down.
Okay, just talking about the foundation of my conversation with you. It was just when I was on Twitter, then I saw, I think that was the first time I was going to come across your profile. Then you were talking about your experience as an HGV truck driver.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Is it HGV or truck?
No, HGV driver.
HGV driver.
Yeah, is HGV is LV goods vehicles.
Okay.
So that is the full name of HGV.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which one is truck?
Truck is still like the same thing, but you can say, like Americans normally use truckers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mainly like sometimes HGV drivers. Yeah, they still use truck drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, and they call it trucking as well. So just different names.
Okay, so that I think when I saw your tweet, I just wanted us to have a conversation about it and just get more insight, and we also be able to share information to people. So, what does it mean to be an HGV driver in the UK?
Yeah, I would say HGV drivers, they are part of they play a very vital role in the UK supply chain system. They play a very vital role because I said something that if HGV drivers decide to go on strike in the UK for just 3 days, everywhere will be empty. Stores, your deliveries, everything, because they play very vital roles. Food, everything is the main form of supplies. So it's very, very important. The best part of it is you are your own boss. Before I used to be a HCA, healthcare assistant.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what I did first when I came into the country. So I started as an HCA, and after I think was it 2 years, I said I don't want to
really do it because, like, although it's a good job as well, because I will never talk down that part. It's a very good job as well.
You just wanted something
I
different.
just want something very different because I've always loved driving. Even when I was in Nigeria, I grew up in that like HGV driving because my dad is an HGV driver as well in Nigeria.
Okay, so you've always had that experience
Because
with HGVs before you came into the UK.
yeah, I've always had that experience with HGV because I came into the UK. We'll go back to that. So about the UK, let me just say it's very vital part of the UK. It's very important. You understand? It's very important. So that's it. I'm not going to lie. It comes with own challenges, which we get to that, but just know that it's a very vital part of the UK. Let's say keeping everything moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now being the driver, as a driver of HGV,
Yeah.
is it a good job?
I would say it's a very good job because any job that pay you between, as a permanent, I'm not saying between like 40K to 60K to 65K per annum, I would still count it as a good job in the UK because new drivers in companies, they still make like 35K upward. So it depends on how you can quickly develop your experience. Once you develop the experience, once companies see that, oh, this guy is good, and then, okay, maybe you start getting some other certificates. There are some other certificates, like there's one we call ADR.
Okay.
This ADR are for people that transport dangerous things like fuel, chemicals, these tankers.
Yeah, something that is flammable,
yeah.
that can
So
easily go out of hand
yeah.
and
So
become an hazard.
yeah, so there's certificate for it. Some people do it for like 600 pounds. Some do it for like training because there's training for it. Always like a week training. Some people do it for like 600 pounds, 700 pounds, 800 pounds. It's just like an upgrade.
Okay.
So once you get it, people people in that field makes up to like 60 to 70,000 a year.
Yeah. So apart from learning how to drive an AGV and getting the license, there are still other certifications you can do to
You
now
need that certificate,
get better,
to
to
get
like
better.
earn more in the field.
Yeah, that's right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, looking at what is widely obtainable, like if somebody moves into UK now, especially from a place like Nigeria,
Okay.
we get to do a lot of like warehouse jobs.
Yeah.
We get to do a lot of us do care jobs, support works, and even on a permanent basis, which is what we survive and live on. Why did you go into HGV?
Like I said, trucking is not something you just say, oh, because people are making money there, you want to go there. You have to have the passion for it. You have to like it. You understand? Because if you don't like it, imagine only you to your truck, only you in your truck, like for hours, only you facing the road at night. You understand? See, night starts from like, let's say 8 p.m. Imagine you are walking overnight, only you facing the road, a road that you can't make just a mistake. Like dozing off for just 2 seconds is problem. So you have to love it
Before you decide to
get into it. So the reason why I said that is something that I've loved right from childhood. Because then when my dad bring truck home, I don't sleep early. I'll go and stay outside and be looking at the truck. You understand? Like, just imagine how it is, how everything works. You understand? I'll be looking at the truck. Sometimes I go to bed around 11 p.m. When I was in a boarding school in Lagos, so whenever my dad is traveling from Akure, because my parents stay in Akure, so traveling from Akure to Lagos, sometimes he used to take me along. All this when the share is bouncing. I always wonder, you understand, AGV shares, they always bounce, you understand? So like when he's moving and the share is bouncing, I just love the experience. I love everything. So I love everything about it. So I've always have the passion for it. Always. So, and again, when I was in Nigeria, I used to drive very well. I used to travel far. I drive a lot. So when I got here, because of the money, I don't first have the what's it called, the chance to get into it because
like
of
the money involved in the certification
in the
and getting the
certification. Yeah,
license.
it's a bit high. So I just like, okay, calm down. when I said that, okay, I was able to save a lot to go into it. Because the thing is, you have to save more than the actual amount that, okay, you think that, oh, maybe uh this license now costs between, let's say, 3,000 to 35, at least have like 4 5, because you might fail the first practical test.
Wow.
So it's very
Like,
important.
no, wait, sorry.
Yeah.
You said I've like £4,500 budget.
Yeah.
If you want to get into obtaining the certification and the license
Everything.
to become
Like,
an HGV
yeah, we
driver.
still explain everything from how you can obtain everything. I'm just saying that, okay, if one of these training centers charge you like maybe 2 5, at least have extra 1,000.
So in case you have to retake.
You have to retake, because it's not good that, okay, when you have to retake, you leave it too long. It's not good like that, because that industry, that is like, you don't just get to know everything once. You understand? As you are growing in the industry, the experience keep increasing. You understand? Like, um, reversing. Reversing is one of the major important part of it. You understand? Like, in reversing in short space, everything. So, you understand? Is one of the major important part of it, which to master it, it takes me like a month.
To reverse it.
To
reverse an HGV.
Yeah, to master it. No, I can reverse, but I will have to be going front, getting it back. But now I can, like, in one straight, I can reverse, or maybe let's say 2 times. You understand? But before, like, please, you have to go back to the front like 5 times, 6 times. You understand? But it takes a month. So that is one of the major important, and that is why they take it important, because with the practical, when you are doing the practical, that maneuvering and reversing is another part of the practical.
That you are going to face separately.
Apart from doing the road test, reversing is another part that you have to face separately.
Becoming an HGV driver, like, what does the training process look like?
The process starts with your theory, but before your theory, you have to book for a medical. Although some training center offer everything
Together.
First is the medical. They have to do eyes test, check blood pressure, make sure you don't have any underlying disease or anything that can impact, because HGV is like,
something can go wrong easily.
like, in a seconds, something can just go wrong. You understand? So you have to be prepared always. Every 5 to 10 seconds, you have to check all your mirrors, right, left,
Once you're driving, once you're on the road,
the motion, you have to always be prepared. So after the medical, you go for your theory. So that theory has like 3 parts. There's the general question. There's this thing like CPC questions, and there's another one like hazard perspective. So it has like 3 parts before you go for your practicals. So your practicals, you have your general practical. You have to, like, they ask you questions on, okay, let's say all this strapping of load, how you do the straps, everything. That one is part of the practical.
But do you need to be able to drive a car before you can?
Yeah, you need to have a full
driver's license, a manual, or could it be auto?
Most of companies now use auto.
Okay, so you need a full driver's license before you can attempt
I have
driving an HGV.
Yeah, I have automatic. I've always drive automatic. And after it, they'll be giving you 3 cards. 3 cards. There's one they call taco card. That taco card, you have to take it as part of everyday life.
Whether you're driving or not.
No, like, when you are driving, you have to, like, monitor it and everything.
So what does the card do for
Because
you?
this card, once you want to start a truck, once you put it in a truck, it monitors everything you are doing with the truck. Your speed, your rest period.
The card monitors that.
Everything. Because one of the, what's it called? You see all these traffic officers on the road that, they don't have anything to do with cars sometimes. All these DVLA, they have something to do with HGV drivers, and the thing is, they are HGV drivers' biggest nightmare.
All the traffic
All these traffic
control officers.
because once they stop you, there's no way. Sometimes there's no way you can escape. They must find something. You understand? Once they stop you, there's no, because once they print out your taco card, they will see everything.
So-
There are things we call infringement. Just like it's like like, okay, let's say like you are supposed to drive 4 hours 30 minutes. You now go like 5 or 10 minutes over that. That is infringement.
That's infringement.
You can be fined. Or let's say there is normal rest is 11 hours, reduced rest daily, reduced rest is 9 hours. So let's say you don't complete the 9 hours rest, you understand, or you don't complete the 11 hours rest, that is an infringement.
Okay.
You
So
understand?
like the way you're talking about the rest now, so if you've been driving for like 9 hours, it means the moment 9 hours clocks, you have to take a rest.
No, let me explain this one. Daily, I mean daily rest. That is what I said. Okay, now during your driving hours, there's 2 types of rest. First rest, you can only drive 4 hours 30 minutes before taking rest. When you drive 4 hours 30 minutes, you must take a full 45 minutes rest. If
Before you can attempt to get in your truck and get it in
drive
motion
again, you must take a full. If you want to split that rest, you can drive like 2 hours, have 15 minutes rest, then drive 2 hours 30 minutes, have 30 minutes rest. But that 45 minutes rest must be complete after driving for 4 hours 30 minutes. So the total number of hours you can drive in a day is 9 hours drive.
No matter how you
No
split
matter
it.
is 9 hours drive. That's the
Within a
total.
24-hour cycle, you can't do more than 9
more
hours.
than 9 hours, or but you can increase it to 10 hours, but you can only do that for 2 days in a week.
Before you go back to the normal cycle.
You understand? Before you go back, you can only do that 2 days in a week.
So what happens if I don't take a rest after 9 or 10
Okay,
hours?
first, your company will see that, because every day when you start work, they download your card, they see whatever you've done and everything. If your company turn blind eyes to it, if DVL try to stop you once and they see that, truck drivers has some very crazy fines. Apart from the 3 points that can go on your license, there are some very crazy fines up to like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000
For violating
rules. When you violate rules, they have crazy fines. One of the challenges that there are a lot of people, in fact, in my DM on Twitter, there are people that want to do it, but COS challenge. People don't have sponsorship. And I just hope
it's not a field that sponsors you.
Yeah, the thing is, some company does, but you have to be inside, like, and you have to have experience. You have to be there, like, maybe like 2-3 years. Yes, and it's not something that is open like the care.
You can't just wake up today and decide
say
that,
okay,
I want to
apply
go
to this
into
company. And well, let me tell you, maybe probably in the next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, maybe that might happen, because I have averagely HGV drivers are like, average age is 51 years old now, and people going to retirement like 60 years or something.
So a lot of HGV drivers
They have old. HGV drivers are old. I've got to a company before as an agency driver. I just see every single drivers in that company. None of them can be less than 55. And I see more than 20 to 30 drivers. None of them. I don't see any young driver there.
So why do you think you don't see young drivers?
I don't. Maybe now people are just getting into it, because sometimes it was hard to get into HGV. There's what we call class 1, which is driving all these long truck, and there's one we call class 2, which is all these all these small trucks. There's long trucks, this small one. Those ones are class 2. So before, you have to get that
license for class 2 first
before you can get to class 1.
before you can get to class 1. But now you can do class 1 directly.
Okay.
Which is okay now, which is better. So I think people lost interest.
Because of what they have to go through to get
And maybe let me say the money.
Hmm.
Before, I think government used to have a program for it or subsidize it, or maybe some companies do trainings or try to check these days. I don't think they do it anymore. The only one I see they do now is maybe bus drivers or something. But for HGV, I don't really see it online. But maybe I will still check more about that anyways. But yeah.
So when you're driving, do you drive alone or do you have like an assistant with you?
Unless if you are going international,
Okay.
that is when you can have assistance. So me, I drive alone. You drive alone. So that is why it's boring if you don't love it. I will keep emphasizing
If you don't love driving, it's not something you can just.
No, it's boring. If you don't love driving,
So
I'm not going to lie.
so what's like the longest trip you've gone on?
My first trip was like from Rugby to Plymouth.
How long is that?
That journey is like going there is like 5 hours. You understand?
And what's the highest speed you guys are allowed to do,
Uh,
especially on the motorway?
on the motorway is limited to, although it's 60, but most of the trucks are limited to 56. But when I did that my first trip, I was scared and everything, first trip as an HGV driver. So I was very scared and everything. So I can't even go above 50.
Oh, so just going.
Long trip, above 50, can't overtake.
What are the realities you've encountered?
Is it M1? This thing used to be like 50. So from 50, it just changed to 40. Understand? I was going over, I was like 45.
So you're going over the
Yeah, over the speed limit.
variable speed limit.
Variable speed limit. So within that 1 week, 2 letters came in. Potential 3-point and fines.
Wow.
Well, I was lucky. Both of them are like, what's it called? First time offenses. So they just offer me courses. Secondly, all these diversions.
Diversion as in?
Well, okay, let's say we are going on motorway and they are repairing roads. So they divert you. Sometimes the diversion leads you into farm roads.
So
Sometimes
it makes your journey longer.
not even longer, harder, because all those roads, they are not like very okay like that. Imagine you are meeting yourself driving a long truck in a city center. The maneuvering, car park, left and right, things like that. You understand? That is another challenge. The weather conditions are challenges as well. Sometimes in the winter or when there is wind. Imagine you are going on a very long journey and there's snow everywhere. So you have to be like 30 miles per hour and you are going on a very long journey. And there's ice on the road, everything. And bridges is another challenge. That was one of my greatest challenge that day. So I was supposed to make a collection around the airport. So I was using my phone map. So just take me inside that place. That road is just a tiny road. Even car will struggle on that road. So I was already on that road. That road has bends and everything. I've gone far inside. So before you know it, I just see a low bridge.
So you have to turn back.
There's no way to turn from that place. On a tiny road like this, I have to reverse all the way back to the road.
So like when you face like troubles and challenges, let's say from the moment you were trying to apply to get your license to the point where you started driving and you were facing challenges as a beginner, like, so what was motivating you?
I won't say the money. No. I keep getting motivated because it's a clear career path. You understand? Once you have your experience, it leads to many things.
Like,
You can become many things in that field. I have a friend. This friend, I just met him in a, what's it called? In a filling station. You understand? I said I was driving, what's it called? All these car used for recovery. You understand? all these normal recovery big
Recovery
ones,
vehicles.
big ones. So I now asked, how can I get into this or something? He said he's a HGV driver and he has like 5 of these now. So he's retiring from HGV driving. That is one part. That is one career path. From HGV to car recovery, this thing, because he has the license, he knows how how that industry works. He transition from that to another part.
To now being a business.
In a business, you understand? Business is one of the parts. You understand? So there are a lot of people that have a lot of HGV. Once they are already into it, they just try to buy trucks and everything, and then they employ people and things like that. So it's easier when you're already in the field.
Okay.
It's easier to get to the top.
So it means if at the long run, if you stay there so long, maybe gather more experience, one can still like get into the business itself.
Yeah,
into
that's
the
it.
business of owning HGVs.
Already, as you are working there, you're already in the business because they leave you to handle customer. You talk to customer. You understand, like loading, unloading. You already know many things
You
about.
understand customer needs.
You understand customer needs. You already understand most of the business. This thing. You understand? So once you are into it, you are already in business. You already understand. You are understanding things about how it goes, how they move goods, everything. You understand? So is a clear career path that okay, you can become a business person yourself. So
do you think, like, for people like us now, like
Yeah.
our community, do you think do you think people know about this, especially the immigrants community? Do you think they know about this your sector?
Okay.
And do you think people have the relevant information to get into this space?
Actually, I think now it's just like we are just creating it gradually. People don't really. I hardly see
Nigerians.
Nigerians drive. I hardly see Nigerians drive HGV. Mostly it's all the Polish or
And maybe
that.
it's because of visa restriction.
Yeah,
You know, you said it's difficult to get visa sponsorship
Yeah, I know, right?
as an HGV driver.
But we still have some people that they are dependent and things like that. But you understand? Let's just say people don't actually have the right information.
Okay.
You understand? Although visa is also a restriction, I know visa is also a restriction. But going forward, still, there's still chances. But like I said, the way they open the healthcare stuffs and everything, in the next, I'm just thinking. I can't say for real. They will have to do that to the HGV community because driver
by the time the older
people
population
are
of drivers
that's
get
it.
retired, they have
They
to
actually
replace
need
them.
people. It's one of the this thing that keeps the country moving.
Yeah, I can testify to that because I saw that your tweet when you said if HGV drivers don't work, there's going to be a problem in the
That's it.
United Kingdom.
If they don't work for
And why I subscribed to that was that I'd worked in a warehouse before.
Yeah.
So the warehouse runs 24 hours, 7 days,
Yeah, that's
365
it.
days of the year. The
That's it.
warehouse runs. And for every time we go to pick up stuffs in the bay, there are already trucks
ready.
in the loading bay,
Yeah.
going straight there. So I
Yeah.
understand that drivers
It's a
are the ones
consistency. They have to keep going.
they have to keep going. They have to keep restocking the shops,
that's it.
the stores,
Because
every day.
Imagine Tesco, no goods coming within the next 3 days in
That's not a
Tesco's,
problem.
Aldi, everything.
People will riot. If you consider an ADV driver and a regular vehicle driver, who do you think is a better driver? In terms of how they use the road, in terms of their experience,
We know, okay.
who do you think is a better driver?
Okay, go and if we can check the record, check the what's it called, the rate of crashes
on the motorway.
Yeah, so check the percentage to each other. You understand? HGV driving hardly because they are trained
and well monitored.
Trained. You understand? So that already answered that
car driver. You know, car drivers are very rugged.
Nobody monitors car drivers. Car
They just
drivers, they get away with a
they
lot.
just get away with a lot. HGV driver, you can't just get away with it. You just need to be very careful.
Because they're, like I said, a lot is at stake.
Yeah. So and again, so lastly, I just think my advice is that people need to look more into though the money is, I'm not going to lie, the money is much, because when I was doing my own, the first company I applied to do it, when they charged me and when I paid £1,000 and we already started gradually, they went into, is it called liquidation or something? I could not refund. I could not get that money back till now. They could not refund, and I have to spend another money to go and do another one. And I failed my first test. Though after failing the first test, I just say, okay, please find a day for me within the next 2 weeks, and I pass it. You understand? I do. So, like I said, the money is a bit much, but once you get into the industry,
But the pay too is good.
the pay
It's
is
better
good.
than
No, it's very better.
relative than a
And
a regular shift job.
Me, I've never been a full-time driver. I've always worked with agency. There are a lot of agency ready to accept you, ready to say, yes, but still, the minimum is always like, okay, they will say, okay, you need to have like 6 months experience. Most people will say, oh, you need to have like 6 months experience, 6 months experience. I know. And it's very okay, because, like, trusting you.
Putting that
That
a
thing,
road
see,
truck in
boss,
your hand
that thing is big.
is huge.
That thing is very huge. So, like, if you don't monitor, if you don't like take, like, if you are not careful, if you don't have the experience, it's very hard. So you need to have the experience. So I understand companies doing that, but companies like Every, you understand, they're still taking new drivers.
Okay. So now, because we were talking about company being able to trust drivers before
Yeah.
putting that very big piece of
I think it's mainly because of
investment in their
insurance
yeah.
as well.
So, but then if companies are requiring 6 months experience,
Yeah.
how can people build experience?
Through agencies.
Okay.
You understand? Agencies, there are a lot of agencies that accept new drivers.
If someone is able to get their license now,
Yeah.
before going full time with
Yeah.
companies, they can
Yeah.
first build their experiences
Yeah.
with an agency.
It's very necessary to actually build that experience.
Okay. Where's it at now?
Yeah, he's in Nigeria.
He still
Once in a
drives?
while, he still drives.
So when you told him, when you got your license
Yeah,
to drive an HGV, yeah, and you told him, how was it like?
actually, he was very happy. He said he's happy that his son can actually think of going
In that line.
like his footstep. He was very happy with, like, he really loved that. So yeah, he actually liked it a lot. So when I first started, and I was getting overwhelmed because I told you within 2 weeks,
Yeah.
already got 2 letters. I was like, what's going on?
Am I sure I want to
Am I
take this?
sure? So I called him, talked to him. So he's the one that assured me that, oh, it's just the initial fears. I just need to, like, calm down, just all things out, and everything will be okay. So that's it. He has been my motivator in that line, and my role model. Yeah,
Obviously, based on the experience you've had in this country,
Yeah.
do you think if you go to
I can
Nigeria, you
drive
can
Nigeria.
drive HGV in
No,
Nigeria?
not sure.
Why?
Because first, I don't even drive manual. Most of the HGV in Nigeria are manuals.
Oh,
You understand? I don't do manuals. And the thing is, if it's automatic, I can. The thing is, there can't be much difference, because even here, today, they might bring Mercedes for you. Mercedes. Tomorrow, it might be a vehicle. Next tomorrow, it might be DAF. Man, or Renault trucks,
We have
So you drive
many,
a
you
lot
drive
of-
anyone.
Yeah. Looking at all these safety parameters and all the guidelines you have to follow here, do you think people would follow
In as
that in
much, the thing
Nigeria?
is, actually, people don't really follow that in Nigeria, and I don't know why. In the sense that, okay, imagine here as HGV driver on a motorway, you have to drive on the far left, or if you need to overtake, come to the middle. But in Nigeria, people drive HGV on the fast lane. You understand?
Yeah.
They drive HGV on the fast lane. So normal fast car use the crawler lanes, smaller the slow lane. So you understand? So there are a lot of things that actually needs to be put in place, because here there are a lot of things that help HGV drivers. There are a lot of things that we get used to that makes it easier for us. Like now, whenever I'm working with DPD, they have some self-driving trucks
Wow.
that you just have to hold the steering.
Really?
Yeah, once you put it on cruise control, they are going themselves. If they are approaching a car in front, they
It will
slow
brake
down.
by itself.
It brake by. If they are approaching roundabout,
Brake by
it breaks
itself.
down. It breaks by himself. Then you understand. And then if you are going out of the lane, there's lane assisted. What's it called in the truck? That if you are going outside the lane, you will be hearing some sounds. And those are some of the things that help drivers
Help
at
drivers.
night.
Yeah.
At night, you understand? Sometimes when you
When
you
you're
are
getting tired,
tired and you are already hearing that lane assistant,
you know that
it will vibrate that you will hear it in your body.
that's-
And you're already hearing it 2 or 3 times. You
you know
already know you are getting
you are
tired.
getting
Just try
tired
to find a service station
and rest.
and just try to take a rest. You know, like just starting. Maybe all you just need is 25 minutes to 30 minutes
Then you
rest,
can get on the road again.
and you can get on
Yeah,
the
it
road.
happens even as a regular car driver. You know, there are times by just taking a 10 minutes break,
Yeah, it's really
you'll be
it will
refreshed to go for like
refresh.
another 1 or 2 hours
Yeah,
again.
that's
Any final word?
the
Anything you think we
the
need to
thing
know?
is, I would just tell people to try to look into the field. You understand? They should not just think about the money alone. There are a lot of potentials in that field. Imagine someone that moved from AGV driving to recovery. He already has 5 recovery vehicles
Very
himself.
close.
He said he's leaving AGV now
And
and
getting into
focusing
the
on that.
problem.
He already own a business. There are lots. I've seen some people that has all this head of the cab, the unit, the AGV head that they have
Without
like
a
many.
tail.
You understand? They have it, so they just work for companies like Every. They call them subcontractors. They operate on their own. So you understand? There are a lot of
There are a lot
ways,
of opportunities in
opportunities in that field. You just
aside from just remaining an AGV
a
driver.
HGV driver, yeah, you can grow in many ways in that field. So you just need to take it one at a time. So I just tell people that okay, because some people don't even actually know
Yeah.
much about it,
And that's one
and
of the
some
reasons
people
I
even
asked.
think that all HGV are manuals. People ask me that. Yeah, people are like, I didn't know manual. Most of see, I've never worked with companies that even use
Manual
manuals again.
AGV.
Is it Every? Is it DPD? They don't even use manual. So they are all automatics.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would just advise people to just try to get into
Okay.
it. You understand? The field really need people.
Yeah. So now looking at what you invested
Yeah.
to become an AGV driver,
Yeah.
how long did it take you to recoup that investment?
Depends
On who you
on
work with?
agency and
Okay.
everything. You
Now I'm
understand?
just trying to weigh,
Yeah.
make
At
people see
least
the
a
option of
month.
so okay,
A
even
month.
if it requires you to put like 4,500, like you
Okay.
mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
into getting it, at least to give them an idea of maybe if you work for so period, you'll have gotten
Within
that money back.
Because when you have to pay your rent and other things, take care of family, and within 2 months,
You
you
should be
should
able
get
to
your
get
money
one.
your money back.
So,
2 to 3 months, let's say.
so it's a lucrative field.
Yeah, it's a look. I'm not going to lie, it's a lucrative, especially when you keep upgrading. The field is generally lucrative. You just need to like know what you are doing, and again, be smart about it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it.
well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really thank you
Nice
for
meeting. Thank you,
your
boss. All right.
audience.
Yeah.